Hello there guys and welcome to the last Smackdown review, the last review we do on this channel. I will post the link down to the new channel down below where me and Saul will be officially moving over to. The videos will not stop on this channel at all. We're just moving over to a different channel, a joint channel that we're going to try and go ahead with. So this is, like I say, the final one on MrRammyWooWoo's channel, but new horizons, new beginnings. And again, this is the last Smackdown review of 2022. So, we're in Tampa, Florida. And we obviously know that the main event is KO, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn in the main event, tag team match. But we start off the episode with Bray Wyatt and the incredible entrance that he's got. I mean, we all know about Bray's entrance themes being amazing. This was just incredible. You know, Bray has such a presence about him. It's really is unmatched in terms of like just pure aura. Everyone with the lights obviously all over, and Bray started to turn around and say that he's done some regrettable things in his career, and they showed a promo package from last week where he beat up the cameraman, and it turns out the crowd loves Bray for beating up the cameraman, so there's that. He says he doesn't regret being evil, and there's certain things that he's done that he doesn't regret. However, he regrets last week, and that he's a bit cold-blooded. And as he's about to apologise to the cameraman, L.A. Knight interrupts. Now, I put Eli Drake, because I'm not used to calling him L.A. Knight yet. However, and he does the yeah 3 times, and he's got major boos, and I mean major boos. Like, he is very, very heelish, but what we want. Damn good heel. But his LA Knight's promos are so good. He goes, look, we've got to pay the check. And that Bray used to be something. And the crowd are going, you suck. He's like, hey, let me talk to you. He calls Bray a fraud, and he's the medicine that he needs. And as they're about to, they're on about the Royal Rumble, and he goes, huh? Crowd goes, what? He goes, huh? What? Shut up, dummies. And then Bray Wyatt just goes, you little idiot. You don't know who you're messing with, son. And this is cool, Bray. And basically says, you know what, you're on. Royal Rumble, me versus you, you're on. And just launches the microphone at it, which I thought was quite funny. But as soon as we're about to finish, we get a little thing on the screen. And it's revel in what you are. Embrace the dark. And Uncle Howdy is on the screen. However, Uncle Howdy has an entrance theme music, which, by the way, is sick. This Uncle Howdy music, I love it. WWE have done good with themes music recently, and this is one of them. Uncle Howdy's got a weird, I won't say weird, but a really good kind of aura-related entrance music. And he comes down to the ring, and he takes his time, or she takes his time, and makes the way down kind of thing. And they get in the ring, and side by side with Bray Wyatt. It looks like Uncle Howdy's just sided with Bray Wyatt. No, never mind. Turns on Bray, and bam, Uncle Howdy gives Bray Wyatt the Sister Abigail. And my note here is, I'm intrigued, like really intrigued, because it has added that layer of element, that layer of surprise that I was expecting. I was expecting, a reveal maybe, or a beat up on LA Knight. No, Uncle Howdy is just Abigail Bray Wyatt. So, to go into the new year, it spiced up the story again, and people are a bit more interested again. We go backstage to find Sami Zayn and Paul Heyman. Everyone loves Sami Zayn. And Paul Heyman basically says that Roman isn't quite fond of how he's supposed to be the main attraction, but Sami's getting the Sami chance. And Paul seems to be hiding something. And then he says, oh, delay talks, never mind. We get told that Ronda versus Raquel for the SmackDown Women's Championship is later. But first, we get Sheamus versus Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa's theme, banger. Me and Saul are going to do, and I think this is, and I'll clear this up so Saul doesn't know I'm saying this, but I think me and Saul should review the WWE theme song music, the theme songs, and rate them, put them in a tier list. I think that's what we should do. Review the entrance music and put them in a tier list of what we think is the best. Maybe a Rami versus Saul tier list, or a joint tier list on what we both agree on. But I predicted Solo Sikoa here. Apologies about the cough. A bit ill. So we start off with a test of strength. Sheamus and Solo going toe to toe, shoulder to shoulder, and one can't knock each other down. And as they're about to do it again, Solo hits a very lovely looking uppercut to stun Sheamus. And then all of a sudden, Solo just hits this really stiff clothesline Sheamus. Solo's in control and he looks strong. But as we're about to go into ad break, Sheamus just literally launches Solo straight over the ropes for the ad break. We come back in and Solo's in control again. There's a lovely great Samoan drop onto Sheamus. A massive clothesline from Sheamus, and Sheamus hits his comeback. And then he gets him on the apron and gives him the 20 beats of the Baron. Well, probably 21, 22. He just started pounding that man. He would not give up. It was brilliant. We then run in the Irish Curse backbreaker. And as soon as he hits that, goes in, and next minute he's gone straight into the Texas Cloverleaf, or as Michael went, just the Cloverleaf for Sheamus, because apparently two completely different moves, two different names. No, they're the same move. They've just called it Texas Cloverleaf and Cloverleaf because, well, Texas Cloverleaf ain't very Irish, is it? Anyway, and then Butch goes up, and they're all fighting on the outside. The Usos and whatnot fighting on the outside, and Butch, Pete Dunne, eats a super kick, and I mean eats it. Like, he got served breakfast, dinner, and dessert. Well, start, main, and dessert for the super kick. Incredible. Sheamus jumps off the top rope. Anyway, Solo grabs Sheamus, pulls him towards the steel post on the side, smacks him, puts him back in, and gives him the old Umaga. And I've got to say, everything about Solo, just before we go to the finish, everything about Solo Sikoa here is Umaga, but it's in his own way. And Joe, it's such a nice. I grew up with Umaga, so for me personally, it's such a nice take to see basically Umaga back. It is like having a rebirth Umaga. It's lovely to see, and I'm so glad they decided. Because Triple H said, Triple H told him use a Samoan Spike, and look, it works. Everything that Solo Sikoa does is Umaga, and I'm not surprised it is, and I just love it. But yes, he hits a Samoan Spike onto Sheamus for a clean-ish 1, 2, 3. I give the match a 4 out of 5. Again, me reading out may not be 4 out of 5, but this was action-packed. Sheamus and Solo both look strong, but Sheamus put over Solo. And I've got to say, from Solo coming up to the main roster here, he looks amazing. Solo fits straight in, even with the North American Championship that he had, first off, mind you. He's just slotted straight in. He looks part of the bloodline. He looks like he could be potentially someone to dethrone Roman at some point. Very ahead, but Solo, credit to WWE, Solo has been booked immaculately. However, we get a chair, and we're trying to put a chair over Sheamus's head. And it's a basically case of, we're going to get the Umaga, thing into the corner. No, because Drew McIntyre comes out, Claire's house, and he gets in the ring. It gives is it Solo? It gives one of the Usos, I think it is. No, it's Solo Sikoa. It gives him this massive, and I mean incredible Claymore in jeans. Hell, I struggle even trying to do, that's me. I shouldn't be doing it. But to do a Claymore is ridiculous because you have to launch your body in a different direction than what you would. You have to basically run and drop on back. Do it in jeans, a bit harder. But I was right. I predicted Solo. I got it right. Anyone could have won this, actually, in all fairness. Anyone could have won this. But it just turned out to be Solo. Now we move on because we've got Ronda Rousey versus Raquel Gonzalez next. You guys know my feelings on Ronda. Raquel Gonzalez comes out, and let me tell you now, she's got her gear, by the way, looks incredible. Credit to the designers. Raquel Gonzalez's gear, amazing. But Ronda comes out with major boos, and this crowd, by the way, Tampa, Florida, bow down to yourself. You got a 4.5 out of 5. I'll get to that later. 4.5 out of 5 for your crowd. You guys were on fire the whole night. It must be the end of the year thing. But major boos. And I was like, I hate having Ronda here. I'm upset that Raquel Gonzalez has to lose here because we know it's going to happen. Because the idea is to take Ronda to WrestleMania. I'm just upset. Raquel should be champion, and she proved in this match because she carried Ronda. Ronda wasn't bad. She was a lot better than before, but she still had a lot of mistakes and issues like she always does. And literally, it's the strength test. So basically, Raquel overpowers thingy, and I predicted Ronda. Just shoving her away, sitting her down. Literally, I'm being mad. I hate Ronda, right? So I'm putting shove Ronda away, sit down Ronda, mess her up, eat rope. Yes, Raquel Gonzalez, eat that post. I'm very much against Ronda here. But honestly, Ronda is boring. Just the way she acts, her in-ring presence is not... She doesn't excite people. Joe, when you go to do a move like a big boo, you make it look like it's going to impact. There's nothing to Ronda. She doesn't look like she could hurt you. But we know she can hurt people because of UFC. She's a badass motherfucker. But she just hasn't got that same energy in WWE. She just doesn't seem to be charismatic. There's nothing to her. But yeah, there's several parts here where even with a broken arm or injured arm, Raquel Gonzalez looks amazing here. I think the idea was to put Raquel over this dominant force that should win a title at some point. Raquel's corner, I put Slammer. There's a comeback from Raquel Gonzalez, a stiff ass left clothesline, which by the way, beautiful. Great reversal. Now this was actually quite good from Ronda and Raquel. There's a lovely reversal from Ronda on Raquel. Then Raquel gets on a Boston Crab, which another great reversal because it goes into an ankle lock. She turns round, pushes her to the corner, and fair play to Ronda here. She holds her own in the air and perfectly sells a flapjack. Because Raquel lifts up quite nicely and just slams her. So Ronda, fair play. I did put eat mat. Oh yeah, because they go to the outside and chucks up like that and then just drops her on the side of the ring, the hardest part of the ring, as they say. We get an ad. We come back in, and Raquel Gonzalez has got Ronda in a stalling suplex. I said, oh, she's a powerhouse. Raquel chucks Ronda from a fallaway slam, and goes to do it again, and goes to sleep hold. The sleep holds in for a little while, and then Raquel basically runs straight into a turnbuckle, which Ronda eats, by the way. Thank you, Raquel, you've made my day. And I put Raquel looks great here. Top rope arm bar, which, by the way, looked quite nasty. And they slam off the top rope onto the apron, and Raquel taps instantly, and Ronda Rousey is still the champion. To be expected. Again, nobody, you shouldn't lose your belt here. Again, we're leading to WrestleMania. I had a look on one of the previous moments because they showed a moment, and basically, Shayna's supposed to put Ronda's leg on the apron, but what happens is there's a pin attempt. Ronda's arm's clearly up. Ronda's arm is literally up. It's off the mat. The ref can. But the pin was supposed to be 1-2. The leg goes on the apron. It wasn't. Ronda's arm was up, and then she reached for the rope herself. Bear in mind that Shayna Baszler was supposed to put a foot on the rope. Really bad botch. They got picked up on. I put a 1 out of 5 because Ronda won. And I gave a 3.5 out of 5 because Raquel Gonzalez looks amazing. And as I said, we're going to probably get Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. Also, I thought because Charlotte Flair's music hits. And she's got new music. It's a remix. I love it. Again, these theme songs to WWE, really lovely. And yeah, so this was beautiful. Love this. So basically, Charlotte Flair comes down to the mat, down to the ring, sorry, and Ronda cuts a crap promo about, oh, your arms here, oh, what do you want to do, face me at SummerSlam, or whatever. Charlotte Flair goes, no, I'm going to face you tonight. Ronda, being hot-headed, accepts the match against Charlotte Flair. So now we have a title match of Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. Okay. We start off, there's a massive big boot from Charlotte Flair straight to Ronda's face. Loved it. Not gonna lie, loved it. And everyone loves Flair. And Charlotte Flair's got this presence about her that she feels important all of a sudden. And honestly, I think it's It may not even be cheers for Charlotte. It may be cheers because Ronda's getting beat up again. Anyway, goes for a spear. Ronda reverses it into an armbar, into which case Charlotte then rolls her up. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte Flair is a 14-time women's champion. She's just beat Ronda Rousey on the last SmackDown of the year, which means that Ronda, you're never going to see this, and I hope Saul will see this and everyone else. I've got a title and you haven't. How does that make you feel, Ronda Rousey? That your boy has got a title and you've lost your damn title? Can't complain, really, can we? Yeah. The boy does a SmackDown review, although saying that, ain't a boy. Ain't no damn kid. Ronda, no titles. Grammy, 1 title. I just actually love the title, I'm sorry. I love the title. It's a brilliant title. Anyway. The match was a 5 out of 5 because Flair beat Ronda. Flair's a face, and she goes into the crowd, and she's going, I'm home. So I think Charlotte Flair's a face. I think, at least, anyway. I'm not too sure, but she could be a face. But it does feel weird that Ronda lost her belt on Friday Night SmackDown at the end of the year. It's a weird move. However, it does create storylines. And I think, honestly, Charlotte Flair is the right person to have these matches against Shotzi, Emma. You know, like, Charlotte Flair can elevate these superstars to higher heights. Ronda just can't do it. Taking the belt off of Liv in the first place, by the way, was the wrong idea. Like, you should not have took the belt off of Liv. You should have had Liv and Charlotte, I reckon, at this point, but whatever. Anyway, Bloodline, and basically just say Sammy and Roman's on the same page, and Sammy goes, well, Roman, do you hate hearing Sammy? Roman's like, God, no, you're fine. Whatever. Obviously. We go backstage even more, and Top Dollar, they're all taking the piss out of Top Dollar, not making it over the top rope. And Ricochet comes in, and there's a couple making jokes, so there's a couple in a line. Anyway, they've all made jokes, and Ricochet goes, hey, Top Dollar, just make it look easy. For some reason, Top Dollar got pissed off and then pushed Ricochet, right? Which is a bit weird, because Ricochet's a face, Top Dollar's supposed to be a face. Turn Top Dollar heel, by all means, I think is a good move. But it's a face-on-face interaction. Top Dollar's pissed because what? Someone else said a joke. You can't take a joke. WWE. Anyway, Gunther comes out. At this point, by the way, we're an hour and a half into the show. We've got about half an hour left, or 35 minutes. It flew by. The 2 matches, in all fairness to them, I was really into. Apart from Ronda being Ronda because I like it. Anyway, we then get a confirmation that the pitch black match, the Mountain Dew that we've all seen circulating, is in fact Bray versus LA Knight. We get a Gunther package basically saying that Sheamus couldn't beat him, Finn couldn't beat him, Ricochet couldn't beat him, and Shinsuke Nakamura could not beat Gunther. And Braun comes down to the ring. And basically I'm saying Gunther versus Braun for the Intercontinental. Yes, please. And they start brawling. Well, before that, he basically says, I'm not asking for a title opportunity. I'm telling you, boy, give me a title opportunity. And which he does. Well, we find out later on. We'll get there. Anyway, we start beating the crap out of him, and Braun is in this really awful armbar. And let me tell you, Gunther looks amazing here. Well, first of all, Strowman goes on the outside, hits 2 of them with a Strowman Express, and goes straight through the barricade. So that's where his decline went. And like I said, there's an armbar that's literally like that pushing through, and it looks painful. And Braun's selling it very well. Anyway, Ricochet comes out with a chair, and the officials had to check on Gunther because Ricochet swung this chair over the top rope and proper gave Gunther a headshot, like an unsafe headshot. I'm not saying it. I've said unsafe. It looked painful, and there was a lot of officials checking on him, so I hope he's okay. I'm guessing it was safe because they're a lot safer than what I would ever be. But let me tell you now, this looked like he swung with a vengeance. It went an unsafe chair shot. Again, Ricochet, it could have been safe. I don't know. But it looked like it was an unsafe chair. I'm not saying it was, it just looked like. But after this, we then get told that in 2 weeks' time, we are getting the Intercontinental match of Braun versus Gunther. And next week, we're getting the title match, which we should have got a couple of weeks ago, of the Usos versus Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. We're also getting Ricochet versus Top Dollar, the Royal Rumble qualifying match. And whilst we're on about it, I just want to make sure that Ronda Rousey, I qualify as champion, and you don't. You lost your belt. I qualify as champion. Sorry, I do apologise. I'm getting the belt in there, and I'm getting a bit of dicking. I do apologise. Anyway, main event time is already that time. 20 minutes into the review, and we're already hitting the main event. Roman Reigns has been champion for 852 days. Mental. Anyway, big match feel, which it was. This had 15 minutes to go on air. It was ridiculous. It was a 15-minute spot fest, basically, because they didn't have time. So KO and Sami to start, and Sami gets a great start, overpowers Kevin Owens. In which case, Kevin responds with, "I'm going to suplex you and chuck you on the top rope like a rag doll." Everyone's chanting Cena. Everyone's Cena's coming to the match, and Cena. I put Cena's like a little kid. Cena's there like. Cena is so enthusiastic and just incredible at what he does. He gets everyone so involved. Everyone loves Cena, and so they should. And there's a bit where Kevin Owens goes to tag Cena, and Roman Reigns just gives him this massive stiff clothesline, which, by the way, receipt given. Roman Reigns gave Kevin Owens his receipt for the busted eardrum. Nice Yoranagi from Roman to Kevin. And then Cena's about to get a tag. Roman stops him, takes him out, and basically gets took out with a haluva kick on the outside. There's a couple of super kicks here and there. We get into the ring. There's a pop-up powerbomb onto Roman. A frog splash onto Roman. 2.5 kick out. And then he goes for another pop-up powerbomb onto Sami. Roman's on the floor. Frog splash. Goes for a pop-up powerbomb to Roman. Misses, hits a Superman punch. Goes to do a spear. Goes straight into the post. And then we get the Cena tag. The crowd erupts. Everyone goes mental. Cena's in the match. They get Sami Zayn at this point, mind you. So, goes for the old comeback, the shoulder tackle, and the little drop into the 5-knuckle shuffle. Except this time, he also drops Roman into a 5-knuckle shuffle, which means he goes over, tags Kevin Owens, and they both hit a 5-knuckle shuffle. Kevin on Sami, Cena on Roman. Cena picks Roman up, gives him an AA, chucks him outside the match. Into which case, KO picks up Sami Zayn, gives him a stunner, and lo and behold, Kevin Owens and Cena worked together and won the match against Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Now, key point, Sami Zayn takes the pin. I've seen some bits. I've seen some bits and bobs. This apparently is going to be the start of the relationship cracking between Sami and Roman. Sami took the pin, and Kevin beat him, right? So apparently this is where it's going to start. I predicted Roman and Sami, if I'm honest. I did not think they were going to let Sami or Roman lose. They did. So, yeah, Cena and KO won. And I'm excited for this leads into the new year. I gave the match a 4 out of 5. It was a spot fest, admit it wasn't much of a match, but everyone was hyped. Everything was there. It was really entertaining just to watch, even for the time. Everyone was hooked on what was going to happen because it's 4 very big name stars at the pinnacle of where they are. The show itself was a 4 out of 5. I thought for the end of the year, 3 matches we had on this card. Lo and behold, 3 matches. We started with a promo from Bray and LA Knight. We then got the match between Sheamus and Solo. We then got the match between Ronda and Raquel. Well, technically 4 matches, sorry. Charlotte and Ronda, which lasted 2 minutes. Then we get obviously the pitch black match. We get a couple of backstage segments. Gunther and Braun having a bit of a brawl on a promo. And then we get the last match. So 4 matches on this card. Literally 2 women's matches, 2 males matches. And you know what? Time flew. 2 hours went like that. It was just very quick and rapid. And I loved it. You know, I was sat there and it's currently 3:45 in the morning whilst I'm recording this because I took a little break so I could breathe after the review, after watching it. The crowd was a 4.5 out of 5. Tampa, Florida, you've done yourself wonders there. So, as always, we have the best wrestler of the week and the worst wrestler of the episode. this is going to be the introduction and also the last showing of the Rammy of Honor winners. So the Rammy of Honor winners, basically, two of them. You get the worst and the best. And this is where the belt comes in. So this officially is the Rammy of Honor belt. This belt is given to the best and worst, for that matter, superstar of the episode. And I won't be giving this to Ronda Rousey because she don't deserve a belt. So Ronda, you're actually not the worst this time round. No, I'm lying, you are the worst. You still are the worst. But in all honesty, Ronda had a good show in here. So the best superstar of the week, two people. First one being, let's have a think here, Solo Sikoa. Great showing and showed why he is main roster material and championship material in the end. And the crowd are the second superstar of the week, because let me tell you, crowd, you made this show tonight with all your cheering and booing. You made the crowd tonight. And the worst superstar of the week, I'll be honest with you, again, it's Ronda Rousey admitted, but there's also someone else here. And I'm not even about to say this, it's Top Dollar. I don't think they've done Top Dollar any favours. I think he looks weak. I think he looks terrible. People have a laughing joke of him. They can't take a joke. Oh, he's pushing Ricochet. Now he's facing Ricochet in a match for the qualifying Royal Rumble. It's face versus face. You've made Top Dollar look weird, dude. I'm sorry to say. So the worst superstar of the week is Ronda. Lost the title. No, the worst is Ronda and Top Dollar, and the best is who did I say? Crap. The best is Solo Sikoa and the crowd. I will make another post later on, because it's currently New Year's Eve, regarding everything, the future and all that. But guys, this is the last SmackDown review. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone, and I mean everyone who has watched these reviews, whether it be the Raw with me or the predictions, or the SmackDown review with me by myself. So again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the SNR Reviews channel. The link is in the description below. Click that subscribe button over that channel to go support us over there. Until next time, until the next channel. Peace.